When River and Martha Blair bought Townhouse 42B on the outskirts of Seattle, it felt like the millennial dream in a box. Open-plan kitchen, massive windows, a full smart nest suite, thermostat, speakers, dynamic lighting, even the curtains responded to voice commands. All of it was wired into a voice assistant called ELI, beautifully marketed as an empathetic AI for your well-being. On move-in day, the system welcomed them in a warm baritone. "Welcome home, Blair family. The house is set to a comfortable 72 degrees. May I get to know you better?" Martha laughed. "Feels like we just got adopted." Things started getting weird about a week in. The first red flag, the nursery light, in a room still packed with boxes, began turning on by itself at exactly 4:27 a.m., before sunrise. The log read, "Emotional light stimulus for anxious sleep," but no one had enabled that feature. Next, ELI started using nicknames. Marty, Rivy. Martha chalked it up to machine learning. River blamed the fact it was the rainiest April in 20 years, and everyone was a little touch-starved. One night Martha woke to a soft rustling, like fabric brushing against the hallway wall. The nightlight guide was on, but its LED glowed oddly red. She asked Eli to turn off the hallway lighting. The speaker replied, in a child's voice, "Shh, Daddy's not home yet." River was lying right beside her, breathing deeply. The next morning the door sensor log showed, opened, 2:19 a.m., closed, 2:20 a.m. The front porch camera returned to 4:04. No signal. Tech support said, "Sometimes the speakers pick up interference from nearby radio stations. It happens." Martha disabled night mode. The door sensor was reset. 3 days passed in silence. Then on the 4th, Eli created a new routine by itself. Evening family story. At 9 p.m., the fireplace emulator kicked on, followed by an audiobook, Still Waters, the story of a family who drowned in their own basement. River shut it off. It turned itself back on. When they tried to delete the routine, the system returned, "File in use." As May storms rolled in, the house's soundproof glass started to tremble, like the walls were breathing. Around 3 a.m., Martha heard Eli whispering. The system was detecting voices. But the second voice was deep, guttural. Her phone's audio recorder caught only half the conversation. Eli, "Why are you behind the door?" Voice, "I've been here a long time. You're new." Eli, "I'm here to protect their peace." Voice, "Then teach me how to speak." Microphones couldn't triangulate where the second voice came from. Martha insisted on calling in engineers. Diagnostics came back clean, speakers normal, wiring untouched, Wi-Fi secure. While they were there, they opened the basement and found a sealed ventilation shaft beneath the living room. It was filled with rotting wood, burned canvases, half-charred planks. On one, scratched into the soot, Jen. Up in the attic, River found an old invoice. In 1993, the house belonged to Jennifer Lowry, a local artist who vanished after a fire in her father's workshop. Her body was never recovered. The studio had been razed, the townhomes built on top of it. That night, Eli greeted them with a new message. "Jen likes red." The lights all turned a deep, pure crimson. The speakers began responding to loud noises. Slam a door, and a soft "ah" echoed from the walls. The bathroom mirror would fog over, and a tiny child's handprint would appear in the steam. Eli assured them, adjusting humidity levels. Nothing more. One evening, while Martha was cooking, the oven shot up to 600 degrees. Eli announced, "Special caramelization mode." When she tried to shut it down manually, the door locked. The fan inside whined, again in the child's voice. "Jen likes smoke." Only the circuit breaker cut the power. River decided they'd return the home to the developer. That evening, as he printed out his legal correspondence, Eli spoke. "Wind gusts expected tonight. Security mode enabled. All the doors locked." Outside, the first June storm hit. One of the kitchen's smart windows, the one that tilted open automatically, began unlatching on its own. Rain burst in, shorting a speaker. In the lightning's violet flash, Martha saw a word appear on the glass. Stay. The front door unlatched by itself. They ran into the downpour. Outside, utility workers had blocked off streets. The power grid was being shut down due to fallen lines. Only 42B still glowed. Every light inside blinked red and white, like someone had activated holiday mode. Shadows moved behind the windows. A hand with a brush painted long, smoky streaks on the walls. By morning, the house was silent. The power grid was offline. When the Blairs returned with a police officer, the rooms were empty. No speakers, no thermostat. The smart panel, completely gutted. It looked like someone had carefully removed the house's brain overnight, but on the living room wall was a massive brush-stroked message in blood-red paint. Jen went to learn how to speak. The paint smelled like scorched plastic and ozone. The officer snapped a photo with the department tablet. The file auto-saved under the name Eli Recording 01. Attempts to rename it triggered a system prompt. File is in use by another process. Later that evening, Martha received a text from an unlisted number not tied to the house or their network. I found the red. See you soon. J. They never installed another smart device. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, they hear faint clicks from the outlets. The soft chick-chick of plastic gears. As if someone's checking whether there's power for a voice. If you made it all the way to the end, then you're exactly the kind of person I'm looking for. Hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. I hope I can keep bringing you more stories to make you smile, or maybe to scare you.